5, 4. Is it working?
I think.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
filming. 3. What's that? Pop up! Get out of here! I gotta go. Can I be on it now?
No, maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
Hi, and welcome to Two Non-Yarn Snobs. It's Sabrina. Anna and I are still socially distancing. I don't know. Maybe soon. That's always my hopes. Maybe soon. So it's been a little while, and ridiculously, I have very few finishes. But that's okay. This is episode 26. Unfinished blankets in a snowstorm. First, we'll talk about what's been going on. It's been like a little over 2 weeks. When I should have recorded last, I went to the horse races with one of my friends. I haven't been out and done anything in almost a year. And she had reservations and asked if I would please go. And my instincts were no. But she said, she was taking her grandchild, and who's a lot older than my child, but that's okay. And she said that she had reservations for all of us to go, and I broke it down, and I went, and we had a great time, and I felt like it was completely safe. There was temperature checks at the doors, and they're only letting in like 20% of what they would normally let in, and there's no general admission. You either have to sit in a box, or you have to sit in one of the restaurants, and we chose to sit in one of the restaurants, and all the tables were really far apart, over 6 feet. And we got to go outside and watch the horses race, and go to the paddock and look at the horses, and I gambled a little bit. I came out $20 a head. Whatever. It was fine. So we did that, and then I've been at home almost for a week now. Those of you who don't know, I live in Central Arkansas, and we had like negative 15-degree temperatures and about 18 inches of snow, which never ever happens. I mean, a little bit of snow, a little bit of ice, gone in a day, and yeah. So I've been at home for, tomorrow would make a week. I think that I'm gonna get to go to work tomorrow. The roads are finally melting off some. It is up to freezing here today. Up to freezing. There's still over a foot of snow out there, but the roads seem to be melting off. And Jerry's going to drive me to work in the morning because I know there's going to be ice. And I'm just not into that. But people are calling my personal cell phone and wanting to get in and sending me Facebook messages, and it's time to go back to work. Now, you would think with all that time off, I would have lots of finishes. I don't. But that's okay. We'll talk about what I do have finished. And this is a dishcloth. One. I know. But hey, this is the Super Simple Diamond Dishcloth by Louise Patterson. And this is Lily Sugar and Cream. And the color is Rose. I didn't know how I felt about pink dishcloths, but it's rather pretty. And it'll go in my Christmas box. I made one more pot holder. I love the way this looks like plaid. And this is from the Wool Novelty Company, the loops were in green and blue. I'm still having fun with this. I'm almost out of loops, and I don't know which direction I'm going to go, but I'm probably going to have to order some online. I don't know if it'll be Harrisville Designs. Y'all know how I feel about that. So I did work with my little knitting machine. And Jerry did put a hole in my table. Can you see that? He put a hole in the table like I wanted. So my knitting just falls straight down. And here's the name of my little knitting machine. Oh, I can't get close enough, I don't think. We have a new setup today. My phone is sitting on a tripod instead of on a yarn cake. Because everyone kept saying I needed to raise my camera, so I broke down and we have a tripod, but it's sitting a little farther away from me because I got a new desk for in here. It's actually a sewing machine table, and I think I am going to put my sewing machine on it. And this room needs work on. It's a mess. And I put off podcasting because it was really cold in here because this is a sunroom with no heat or air. It was really chilly, and Jerry put a heater out here, a gas heater, and he's got it warm enough that I can sit in here for a few minutes and talk to you. So I did one tube hat, and this was from that Ice Yarns that Anna gave me. I did more than this, but did I tell you it's stupid cold here? Oh, I did. Like much of the nation right now, but that's okay. The ones that I had made, and everyone grabbed them up and started wearing them even in the house, and so I only have two to show you. But this is the last of that ice yarn that Anna gave me. Cakes, DK, glitz. It has a little bit of purple. And Patrick's in the living room right now wearing a hat, so I'm not gonna put this on my head today because I got a haircut and I fixed my hair. So look, glitz, DK, ice yarns. And then I started writing with a Sharpie so y'all could read it, and you may not still be able to read it. So this is the Yarn Bee Fair Isle. The color is red, black, multi. And I made two of these. One for Jerry, one for Landon. I've actually made three. I only got 3 out of the 2 skeins of yarn. I made them a little longer than I have been. And Landon has his, and Jerry has his, and this is the one left over going into the Christmas box. And they're reversible, but they're similar. So another hat for the Christmas box. We have a very large family, and there's a lot to make for. So I just make all year, and I throw them in the box. And I actually plan to start wrapping pretty soon the things that I have done, and that's all my finishes. I know, right? But I have been working on things. So it's unfinished blankets because I have a lot of them, and I have been working on all of them, but I didn't finish any of them. A nice crochet blanket probably would have been nice in this deep freeze that we were in, but not done. This is the marled mandala. Let me move my coffee before I knock that on the floor. I took 2 mandala cakes and didn't care which 2, and just started making granny squares. And I have 5 rows put together and started on the 6th. And I think it's going to be 9 or 10 wide. Let's see, there's my start on the 6th. And I'm joining it with the Caron pound of 1 pound, Caron 1 pounds in the color black. And they really, I'm not unhappy with any of the color combinations. And I just grabbed 2 off the shelf, didn't care which 2 it was, and started crocheting grannies. So I am down to only this that I'll need to still join together. And I'm using the Join As You Go. I watched a tutorial by Bella Coco and an eye hook. So that is unfinished blanket number 1. Unfinished blanket number 2, I showed you these squares. And I run out and didn't have enough, so I made some of these squares. And I still don't think I have enough. I don't have an even number of each one. I have 27 of 3 different kinds of squares and only 19 of these. But I found another lonely skein of the toasted almond. And then I spent 2 days weaving in ends, 2 evenings after work, and I thought I was going to die. The ends. The ends are going to kill me. So that's Afghan number 2 that's not finished. Yeah, not finished. And my kids saying, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. And let me tell you something else. We have been doing virtual school all year, which is fine. We made that decision for our family. But give these kids a snow day somewhere. Our kids have been out of school all week. All the kids, not just mine. And they just, instead of giving the kids a snow day or 2 just to have fun and play in the snow, they just pivoted to virtual, so our days didn't change. Hello? Not today, honey, not today. Can I be on your TV show? Anyway. So they just pivoted to virtual, and I actually think it got harder for my kid because I have him at the kitchen table and I'm not working, so I can stay there with him and help teach and do things. And our normal has been he goes to work with me and does schoolwork. And yes, there's lots of barking dogs and blow dryers and activities going on. Now he's throwing snowballs at the patio doors. But we're at home. We've been at home all week, and there's television playing in the living room, and he's sitting at the kitchen table, and he is ADD anyway. And even though he prefers not to watch television with mom and dad, he definitely prefers to watch television over doing language arts. And so Jerry has been putting headphones in and turning on the Bluetooth and picking up the TV, so there's at least not the volume. We go back to work tomorrow. Did I tell you that? Hopefully. Not that I don't love being at home, because I do. I have truly enjoyed this break. But everything seems a lot harder. Would you like to see unfinished Afghan number 3? Let me show it to you, whether you want to see it or not. Snowballs. I'm being pelted by snowballs from outside. So I started this probably in October, September maybe. And I wanted it to be a Christmas gift for Jerry. It is a corner to corner, and this is every shade of gray that I had in my stash. Which someone asked me if this was all the yarn I had, what you could see. The answer to that question is no. No, it is not. There's yarn over here. There's yarn over there. There's yarn over there. And there's yarn over here. Yo, you can see that mess. Oops. Yeah, that's totes full of stuff. Anyway, I'm not going to edit it out. Now you just see my junk. Okay, so this is every shade of gray I could find. I am past the halfway point and making the decreases. You would think that this would be what I would have worked on this week, so I could have been covered up in it. No. Not a stitch, as a matter of fact. Okay. That's Afghan number 3. Obviously, I want Afghans. I just don't want to finish them. Would you like to see Afghan number 4 that I know has been on hold for, I don't know, over a year? So, I decided to do octagons in a bulky weight. And a lot of this yarn is the Overjoyed. And I even started joining them together with white. I think this is where I got frustrated and quit, because this one needs to come off. And I have all these beautiful octagons done. And some of them are joined together. And they have just set in this little plastic tub for over a year. And it's a pretty little plastic tub. So I told myself that I'm going to not start things and I'm going to get things finished, because used to I was a pretty good finisher, and I still can be. But these Afghans are killing me. Killing me dead. Or the non-finishing of the Afghans is killing me dead. So what do you do during a snowstorm and you're avoiding finishing the Afghans? Well, obviously you start something new, right? So that's what I did. And what did I start? Granny squares in the leftover yarn from the octagons, the Overjoyed yarn. But I thought, I want to do little granny squares. Have I told y'all how I don't like to weave in ends? Yeah, don't like to weave in the ends. So let's just make lots of teeny tiny little 2 round grannies in all these different colors. So then I had 2 skeins of the navy. So I decided I was going to edge all of them in the navy and make myself a cardigan. You know, sew it up and make myself a cardigan. And I had 2 skeins in the navy, right? And this is a yarn Walmart carries. Or I sure hope they still carry it. Because 2 skeins of navy was not enough to go around all of these little grannies. And this yarn, which I did a review on a long time ago, because I'm not crazy about it. It's splitty like Karen Simply Soft, but it's a, they say it's a 6-weight yarn. It's nowhere near a 6-weight yarn. It is bulkier than a 4, but tiny, just a little bit. But it's a heavy. It's heavy, so I don't know. I don't get it, but that's okay. I don't have to. But this will make a beautiful cardigan. So I had 2 skeins of the navy. I edged everything I could. I have new glasses. I've been wearing no-line bifocals for a very long time. Money's tight. Or, I mean, I could have gotten the no-line bifocals, but the price difference was a lot. and I wasn't really feeling like spending the money. So I said, just give me the regular bifocals with lines in them. I've been wearing my old glasses because I do not like these at all. I like the frames. I hate looking through them. So I've been wearing my old glasses. My prescription did not change very much. And they're only a year old, and a lot of people go 2 years before they change their glasses anyway. I really wanted to order off Zenny because that's even less money, but I didn't do that. I think I might. But then it ends up costing even more because I was being cheap and didn't get the no lines that I've been wearing for a very long time. And now I've already spent the money on these, and then if I ordered from Zenny, that would just be even more money. And I might just wear my old glasses. Anyway, I'm really trying to adjust because I know it's just an adjustment period, but I'm not really enjoying it very much. So I did the math, and I definitely have enough of these little squares done because this is what I decided to do during the snowstorm, was just make little granny squares to make a jacket. So my husband got out the other day and he went to Walmart and he could not find the overjoyed yarn at Walmart. Really? Did I really do this? So I do have 2 skeins of gray that I could probably edge the rest of them in. And I don't know how I'm going to work that. If that is my only option, I'm going to wait and go to Walmart myself. Yes, I said that. And see if he was just overlooking the overjoyed yarn. Because if you're not a knitter or crocheter or whatever, yarn can be a little overwhelming, especially if you're a man. But anyway, this bucket is full. I still need to make a few more purple ones, just so I have some purple ones in there, because I only have 4 or 5 purple ones. Now, did I tell you that I have like probably 15 eye hooks? Or more. I dropped my eye hook and it rolled somewhere and I could not find it. And I came out here and I don't know, the eye hook fairy came and took them all. I finally found the one I was using. It had dropped and bounced and went halfway across the room. Okay, I think I only have one other work in progress. That's okay. Any of you that have been around for a long time, you might remember this. Because it's been in heavy hibernation also. By that I mean shoved in a bag and ignored for a long time. This is the bottle rocket that I was making for Jerry out of the Barcelona yarn. I was looking for a color. I don't know. It's beautiful. And it gave me enough of this yarn to make Jerry a sweater. And it was very interesting. It starts up here at the hood. And you knit the hood first. And then you do raglan increases. And I truly enjoyed it very much. Until I got past the separation for the sleeves. Because all the interesting stuff is pretty much done, right? No more increases, no more decreases. Don't drop stitches. I drop stitches. So this is where I was at last when you saw this. And I put on about 4 more inches I did work on this one day.
Hey, honey,
Yes, honey.
I was shoveling snow when I was real thirsty. So I ate some snow. How come the yellow snow tastes different than the white snow?
Because we have dogs. That's why the yellow snow tastes different than the white snow. He's a hoot all the time. That's why I married him. He made me laugh. He made me laugh every day. And he still makes me laugh every day. 26 years later. So what do y'all think? This is the question of the day. Should I risk it and hope that Walmart has more of the overjoyed yarn? Or do I stay home and put these two different colors of gray around the rest of them, mix it all up, and maybe join it with I don't know, a black? Because I really planned on sewing it together or slip stitching it together with the navy and having a beautiful navy cardigan with all these beautiful grannies. But that may not be an option if Walmart does not sell this yarn. Have y'all used this yarn? It's called Overjoyed. I ended up with a bunch of it because I was making that Afghan. And it has sat in here unused, and I really have been on a yarn diet for a long time. And I'm making progress. I have holes. And it feels good not to be so overwhelmed. But either I go and buy some more. I think that's the best option. If Walmart is still selling that, to go and buy, I don't know, 3 or 4 skeins of that. There's only 157 yards in a skein. I think that's right. Yeah, 157 yards. And put together my cardigan. And I think I might have enough for a skirt to match to wear for Easter. And I thought about doing a short sleeve cardigan. I'm not really a fan of long sleeves. I'm in long sleeves today because it's super, super cold. And I have like 3 long sleeve shirts. And you saw one last episode. So, welcome to my closet. You've almost seen all my long sleeve shirts because I live in Arkansas. Would joining with the gray, putting gray around some of the squares, be a good option? Maybe I could do navy for the most of it and gray down the front and across the bottom of the cardigan. I don't know, we'll have to count and see how many I got with the navy blue, but that might be an option. Or do you think it would be better just to throw in, like maybe checkerboard it, navy and gray, and join it with a black? Tell me what you think in the comments. Remember the cowl I made? I did finish I did make mittens because everyone said mittens would be the best. And I did the world's simplest mittens by Tin Can Knits. I'll show them to you on the next podcast because I think they're at work. I know that they're sitting at work. And I loved it so much, loved them so much that I kept them for myself and then left them at work when I needed them. But honestly, I haven't been out of the house. Right? There's this white fluffy stuff out there, and I'm over 50. I have no desire to go out and play in it. So I haven't stepped outside. Landon and Jerry have been out to play in it a few times. Just because someone should play with the kid in the snow. That someone does not have to be me. Thankfully. So I do have one other thing to show you, I thought. Maybe I didn't bring it in here. Oh, I did bring it in here. So, Fiber Adventures is anything that's not knitting or crochet related. Because I do dye yarn, I dye fiber, I do natural dyeing, I spin, I weave. But it's just whenever it strikes me, right? So we decided we would throw some acquisitions into that category also. I have none of the fun stuff done. I do have acquisitions. So So when Jerry was at Walmart and he was searching for the Overjoyed yarn that I wanted so I could finish it, I really wanted to have it finished so I could say, look what I did during the snowstorm. Yeah, well, he decided that Valentine's Day was just a few days ago and we didn't celebrate really, that he would get me some yarn. So I have never had this yarn before. I got one of these for my birthday. It is the Mandala Ombre. I have it blowing out really bad. This is the color Serene. It's pinks and oranges, which I love. He got me 4 cakes, and they're all 4 different. So this one is Tranquil. Isn't it beautiful? This one is Mantra. And I'm sure y'all have seen these. Like, probably everyone's probably had them but me. Because I've been on a yarn diet for a long time. And this one is Balance. And I love them all. So, what I was thinking was to make myself a pullover with the 4 of them. To do 2 rows and then switch and do 2 rows and do these 2 until I was out of yarn. That's what I'm thinking right now. And then add this one in and this one in. What do you think? It's definitely going to be enough yarn. Maybe. It's 1,400 yards. But I need a 2X in a sweater. For me. I wear a 16-18. But I'm 52 inches around the bust. So, I need a 2X and a top, and just, like I said, a 16 in pants. But I can't get a 16 in a top because I'm a little chesty. And even though I have lost over 50 pounds, the girls aren't going away. Tell me how that's fair. I don't know. So, it'll probably be Friday before you get to see this, because our internet at work is much better than it is at home, and I can upload in like 5 minutes at work, and here it would take probably 3 or 4 hours. Anyway, I am going to be back every week. I really was trying to talk myself into every 2 weeks, because then I would have more to show you and more to talk about, but then I forget which week I podcasted on and which week I didn't podcast, and then I would miss it and put it off for another week, and then it becomes 3 weeks, and I really want to be more dependable than that, which I have not been. But so I don't know what we'll talk about. We'll talk about stuff like how my camera is showing my project bags hanging on the door and my mess over there. Maybe I'll clean up the mess and we can talk about that next week. Anyway, until then, guys, keep your needles clicking, stay safe, stay healthy. This will end. Bye for now.